Juliet, what on earth are you up to? Do you have any idea how much time has passed since I messaged you? It's been 5 hours, and you haven't bothered to respond. And remember, I'm your mother-in-law. You shouldn't be ignoring me like this.
Sorry, Anita. I was swamped with work today, so I couldn't check my phone.
You're telling me you never checked your phone once in 5 hours? Are you saying you didn't even take a bathroom break or a short break during that time?
Today was really busy. I didn't have a moment to spare to check my phone.
I find that hard to believe, but let it go. You will come to the party this weekend, won't you? It's our 30-day wedding anniversary. So, we're organizing a small party to celebrate. Bright told you, didn't he?
Yes, it's this Sunday night, right? We'll be there. Anita, please understand. Bright is working that day, so there's a chance we won't make it by 6 p.m.
But you have the day off on Sunday, right? There are many things I need to prepare beforehand, so I need you here by 6 p.m.
I understand. I guess if Bright can't leave work on time that day, we can take separate cars. But to be honest, whenever I come over to your place, you never let me do anything in the kitchen anyway. Since you never let me help with dinner, I just assumed I'd come along with Bright whenever he finishes work.
Dinner isn't the only thing we need to take care of for this gathering. This place needs to be cleaned up before Blade and his wife show up, and a bunch of other things need to be done too.
Okay, I guess I could help you with that.
Anne's gonna be here around 7 p.m. At least I know I can rely on my oldest son's wife to help with dinner. She's skilled in the kitchen, unlike my other daughter-in-law, right? Besides, she kindly allowed us to move in with her next month. Unlike someone else I know, there's no comparison between you and her.
I'm sorry. I know what you're getting at. But instead of having you guys move in with us to help you with your finances, we've been giving you money each month to help you out, haven't we? It would be nice if you considered that point once in a while.
Yeah, that's all you do for us, though. If you had let us move in with you, I might have thought more highly of you. But maybe it's for the best that we didn't move in together, right? Our personalities don't quite match, do they? Also, it's been 3 years since you married my son, and you still haven't given me grandchildren.
We aren't currently planning to have children.
What? You're already 30 years old, aren't you? How can you not think about having children yet?
Anne just had her first child last year, and she's much older than I am.
So now you're comparing yourself to her? Blade married Anne just over a year ago, and she was in her mid-30s at the time. That's why. She gave me a grandchild shortly after marriage, but you married Bright when you were still in your 20s. You've been married to Bright for 3 years now, and you're still not pregnant. Stop comparing yourself to Anne and trying to make her look bad.
That was never my intention. I apologize if you misunderstood what I meant.
God, I can't fathom why Leah chose someone like you to marry. And Anne said that you rarely visit her and Blade after their baby was born. Oh, wait a minute. Is it because you're jealous of her?
I don't go visit them often because Bright is busy with work. I go with Bright every time he goes. I don't go by myself because Blade is Bright's brother, not mine.
Is that the real reason? Or is it because you're too busy dealing with infertility treatments? I've heard that infertile people can't bear the sight of other children because it makes them incredibly jealous. So that's why you two are not even thinking about having any children right now, right?
That's not true.
Well, it doesn't matter. I have a grandchild and one daughter-in-law who cares enough about us to let us move in with her. Anne is the perfect daughter-in-law. So if I have one unhelpful daughter-in-law, that's fine with me. If you're not going to be useful, at least try not to hinder us.
I'm sorry, I'll do my best.
That's what you say, but I know you try to act all nice and proper in front of me, but I also know you're always talking bad about me to Bright. Aren't you? Bright told me not long ago that he wants me to start being nicer to you. So it's obvious you're talking about me behind my back. So it's clear you're trying to instigate conflicts in our family.
I didn't say anything to Bright.
Are you suggesting Bright started thinking that for no reason? Or maybe his behavior is changing because he's been living with you for so long. If you truly didn't say anything, make sure you don't say anything to him in the future either. You don't want to increase my dislike for you any more than it already is.
I understand.
You should be grateful I invited you to this family dinner. The fact that I extended the invitation should demonstrate how kind I am.
Julia, what are you doing? We're about to sit down for dinner. When you said you were stepping out for a moment, what did you mean?
I went to the nearby supermarket. I'm on my way back right now.
The supermarket? Did someone ask you to get something?
Not really. Your mom said there wasn't enough food for me, so she instructed me to go out and buy my own.
She did what? That's ridiculous. I'll talk to her right away.
Wait, don't do that. Today is the celebration of your parents' 30th wedding anniversary, so let's not make a big deal about it now. It's fine. I already bought my dinner anyway.
That's not the point.
I'm almost at the house, so don't worry about it. If we tolerate her for a few more hours, everything will be okay.
No, it won't. She invited us over for dinner and then tells you that you can't have any? That's absurd. That's the rudest thing I've ever heard. I actually thought she was starting to warm up to you and accept you.
But bringing it up now won't solve the problem. They seem to be having a great time without me. Let them enjoy themselves.
Well, it's not fun for me. I won't let my mom treat my wife like this.
Thanks. But if your family doesn't like me, they don't like me. It's not the end of the world. It saddens me, but there's nothing we can do about it.
What's wrong?
The door is locked. Your mom saw me coming up the driveway and went to the door. I saw her through the window. I thought she was going to open it for me.
What?
Wait. Your mom just messaged me. She asked me to eat outside and not to try coming back in.
Just go home.
Huh?
Take the car and head home. You have the keys in your purse, right? You don't need to come back inside. I'll handle my mom. Just go home.
If I did that.
Don't worry, I'll figure out my own way back. Take the car and leave. Thanks for putting up with her for this long. I know you did it for me. I'll take care of this once and for all.
Bright? Oh my God! I can hear you shouting from outside. Bright, is everything all right? I've never heard you raise your voice before.
It's over. I'm on my way home. I hailed a taxi. Are you at home right now?
Yes, I'm home. Bright, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. You've been so calm about everything all this time that I didn't realize how big of a problem it was. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for thinking my mom would change her mind.
I'm fine, so don't worry about it. But what do you mean by it's over?
I told them all where to go. I cut all ties with my family. I'm done with them. We're done with them.
Huh? You cut all ties with them? Do you mean because of that fight you were having with them? I could hear you shouting at them from outside. I was so surprised. I'd never heard you raise your voice before.
They went too far, and when you told me what they did to you, I kind of lost it. But it's their fault for making me that angry. Anyway, I told them I'm never talking to them again, and I won't be helping them out anymore.
Are you sure you're okay with that? I mean, they didn't like me, but everyone was really nice to you, right?
That's not the point. Anyone who treats my wife like that clearly doesn't care about me. Well, it was mainly my mom, but my dad, my brother, and even his wife were all laughing while my mom was doing it. They thought it was funny. Why would they think that was funny? I couldn't believe my mom would do that to you. And I couldn't believe my family would go along with it either. It's cruel to do that to anyone.
Right. I'm sorry. Maybe it was my fault for not being nicer to her. I mean, I was against them moving in with us to help them out.
That's not true. I didn't want them moving in with us either. It was my decision, so it's not your fault. But I think my mom blamed everything on you. Regardless, they're not my family if they treat you that way. I don't need them. I've got you.
Thanks, Bright. Honestly, I don't think I could have tolerated your mom much longer, but I hoped that if I endured it, everyone would start to like and accept me as part of the family, but I guess not.
Well, now you don't have to worry about dealing with them. You don't have to concern yourself with what she thinks anymore. I married you for who you are, and I don't want you to change just for them.
Thanks, Bright. I'll be content with just you as my family, too.
Oh, and this means I won't be giving them money each month anymore. If they can't manage their own expenses, it's not my concern. Let's take the money we were giving them each month and put it into our savings.
Are you sure that's okay?
My parents will be living with my brother and his wife soon, so they'll be fine. I don't know why they expect me to keep giving them money even after they move in with my brother. As I said, I'm done with them. I won't give them anything. And I don't want anything from them. We're through. And it's not like I'd be getting any inheritance from them anywhere. They're basically broke. The only thing they have to their name is that house of theirs. But once it's sold, that's all the money they'll have. And there's no way that tiny place will sell for much. Nobody's even interested in it. They haven't had any lookers. And if it ever does sell, the money they get from that sale will have to last them all through retirement. I should have stopped paying them and made them move in with my brother long ago. Then we wouldn't have wasted all that money on them.
It must be challenging to cut all ties with your family so quickly. I'm sorry, but I'm really happy that you chose me over them.
Well, of course, I choose you. You're the most important thing to me.
Bright, I'm so grateful I married you. You always consider my feelings, and I know you've been trying to get your mom to ease up on me for a while.
Yeah, I have, but she never did she? I kind of feel like I let you down.
Not at all. I'm really happy you tried.
I'll make sure you never have to go through something like that again.
Thanks.
Oh, how about we use this opportunity to go on a vacation? Let's take our minds off everything. We won't be paying my parents anymore. So let's splurge a little and go on an awesome trip.
Really? I thought you said we'd save that money.
It's a fresh start for us. Plus, you need a chance to relieve all the stress my mom caused you, right?
Well, I guess it's okay to splurge once in a while.
Great. Oh, and I never got a chance to eat dinner. Is there anything at home we can have?
I figured you weren't going to stay for dinner, so I made something for us. Let's have dinner together. I'll wait for you.
Thanks, you're the best. I love your cooking. My mom was crazy to keep you out of her kitchen.
Juliet, are you and Bright not at home today?
Anita?
I'm sorry, I promised Bright I wouldn't contact either of you again, but this is an emergency. I tried to contact Bright, but it seems he's blocked my number.
I'm sorry. Please don't message me anymore. I told Bright I wouldn't speak to you anymore, so goodbye.
Wait, this is an emergency. Please, let me speak to Bright.
Bright is currently in the hot tub. I can't give him the phone.
The hot tub?
Yeah, we're on vacation.
So that's why you're not at home on your day off, right?
Are you at our house right now?
Yeah, you two are the only people left for us to turn to.
Us? Turn to... What's going on?
To be honest, things are really dire at home. You both stopped helping us with our bills, and the Social Security checks from the government aren't enough to make ends meet. We're in a terrible situation.
Only government checks? I know we're not helping out anymore, but you're living with Blade and Anne now, aren't you? You shouldn't have any bills to pay other than food, right?
Well, it turns out that Blade quit his job, and Anne stopped working long ago to stay home and raise the baby. It seems Blade and Anne were counting on our financial support all this time. They didn't know Bright was giving us money. They thought we had lots of money in a retirement fund or something. But supporting 4 adults and a baby on what my husband and I receive from the government is impossible.
Of course it is, but that really has nothing to do with us, so I'm sure you 4 will think of something.
Juliet, please don't abandon us like this. We're truly desperate.
You've hated me ever since you met me, and you've treated me like crap ever since told you that you couldn't live with us. Despite all that, we supported you and your husband until now. But after what happened last month, I don't understand why you would turn to me for help. Why do you think you could come to me for assistance now?
But that's... I'm sorry. I thought you didn't want us living with you because you hated us. That's why I started getting mean to you.
What you did really hurt me. Besides, it wasn't just me. That was a decision both Bright and I made together. Bright clearly explained that to you, didn't he?
He did, but we thought I was just covering for you. And it made us really sad when he turned us down. Oh, we really thought you two would be there for us. Won't you please try to look at it from our point of view?
I'm sorry we didn't live up to your expectations. I can understand you're not liking me if you thought I was the reason for that. But that still wouldn't give you the right to treat me like you did.
I know, but I mean... I never meant to take it that far.
Since Bright has cut all ties with you, that means I have no familial connection with you whatsoever, so I won't be helping you. I think Bright will feel the same.
That's not true. I'm his mother. Bright is a good person. I know he'll resume sending us money again. Anyway, when Bright comes back from the hot tub, tell him to give me a call. Vera.
He's just gonna say the same thing I said. He already told you he never wants to speak to you again.
That's not possible. How are we supposed to live? If he doesn't support his parents, his brother, and his entire family will suffer. Think about the baby.
Is that so?
What do you mean, is that so? Have you not been understanding what I've been telling you? If you guys start supporting us again, I swear I'll treat you like my daughter-in-law. Isn't that what you always wanted?
To be honest, I don't care either way. As far as we're concerned, you're not family anymore.
I don't care if that's how you feel, but Bright is my son. I'm his mother. Regardless of what you say, he's part of our family tree.
That might be true. However, it was Bright who made the decision never to speak to you again. I wasn't even present when he made that choice. So, talking to him instead of me won't change anything. You need to understand that. And it sounds to me like Blade is to blame for the situation you're in now. Make him do something about it. It appears he was depending on you for support.
Please, Juliet, things are really bad here. It's not just about the money. In fact, ever since Anne found out that we don't have any money, she won't listen to a word I say. She's treating me even worse than you did. She's even yelling at me and my husband. She believes we should find jobs despite being retired. We retired, and yet she still thinks we should find jobs and support them.
Ah, but they let you live with them, just like you wanted. So that's good, right? Anne's the perfect daughter-in-law, right? Is that what you told me?
She was just fooling us. She said if we didn't have any money in the bank, we had to sell our house and give them the money to continue living with them. Blade doesn't listen to us either. He only does what Anne tells him to do. She has him under her control. I never wanted a doctor-in-law like that. I shouldn't have allowed my son to marry an older woman like her. We made a mistake. That's why we want to live with you and Bright.
No thanks. That's not going to happen.
Please, I'm sorry for everything I've done to you. I regret it all, and I'll never do it again. So please, just give me one more chance. I don't want to go back to Blade's house, and our place is empty. We sold all the furniture before moving in with Blade. That money is what we've been living on for the past month. If we return to that empty house, we'll still have nothing.
You've hated me ever since you met me, and you enjoyed treating me poorly. You even laughed as you did it, didn't you? You compared me to Anne every chance you got, didn't you? You wanted me to feel terrible, didn't you? You're only being nice to me now because you want something from me. Try to look at it from my point of view. Do you honestly think I want to live with someone like that?
But I told you I won't do that anymore.
That doesn't mean I instantly forgot everything you've done to me. The way you treated me is not something I can simply ignore and move on from. I was being kind until now, only because you were Bright's mom. But according to him, you're not anymore. So don't even think of interfering with our lives.
But I don't want to go back to Blade's house.
You've made your decision. Oh, Bright's back now.
Let me talk to him. Tell him about the situation. What does he say?
He said never to contact us again. And he warned that if you set foot in our house, he will call the police.
You're kidding, right? Bright wouldn't say something like that to his mom.
He wants to know if you've forgotten what cutting all ties means. He's really fed up with this. He said this is the last time he will tell you. Never attempt to contact us again. He said he doesn't care what happens to you or to both of you.
Juliet, help us. I regret how I treated you. I really do. I know if you give me another chance, we'll get along really well. How about you and I join forces to make Anne's life a living hell?
Why would you ask me for help? I'm the useless daughter-in-law, remember? I thought you were delighted to have a daughter-in-law who cares enough to let you move in with her. You should try to be kind to Anne. After all, you'll be living with her for a long time. After that, Anita and her spouse were forced to seek part-time jobs due to Blade and Anne's refusal to work. Anne claimed to be too occupied with taking care of the baby to handle household chores, so she assigned all the housework to Anita. As a result, their place gradually turned into a mess, since Anita was occupied with her jobs and couldn't find time to clean. Evidently, Blade and Anne were already facing financial difficulties before his parents moved in. That's why they initially agreed to let them move in. However, Blade had no knowledge of his parents' lack of savings, and he was unaware that Bright and I were assisting them with their bills. Presently, Anita is constantly complaining to Anne, not just about being deceived, but also about how they're raising their baby. Lol, I heard that Blade resorted to gambling as a quick way to make money, but that only plunged them deeper into debt, worsening their situation. If Anita's house ever gets sold, the money Blade receives will likely be used to pay off debts, leaving them with no financial progress. We learned all of this because one of Bright's relatives informed us about Blade's troubles. However, since he brought it all upon himself, no one is willing to aid him in getting out of it. Bright and I don't really know what happened to them after that, and we genuinely don't care. There were numerous issues within the whole family, so Bright is relieved he cut ties with them before getting us involved in all of this, too. Anyways, it's been 6 months since then, and Bright and I discovered that we're expecting a baby. It's going to be challenging for us since it's our first child, but I know Bright will be a wonderful father, always there to support me when needed. We also relocated from our previous house to avoid unexpected visits from Bright's parents. Without their presence causing stress, things should be just fine for both of us. We eagerly await the arrival of our new baby, so all 3 of us can begin our new life together.